Hey toy friends, so it is story time. As you can tell by the title of this video, yes, I got scammed. So back in January, I guess, it's been a second since I first was scammed, but back in January, I was on Instagram and I came across an ad, a NECA ad, a sponsored ad that said like 80% off whatever, and it was literally just like an image that said like 80% off. The logo was there, but it said like NECA discounts or something, and I was like, okay. So that was my first like pause, and I should have listened to my intuition. Also, if you don't know what NECA is a they make toys, and they sell a bunch of toys on their website, and they're a pretty popular place to go for like action figures and collectibles and stuff like that. So I was like, sweet, let me click on the link, because I was like, I don't know, sometimes companies have like they have like a separate website for like their discount stuff, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in my mind I was like, oh, that makes sense to have like, you know, separated like the deep discounts, because there are deep discount websites out there that are legit that I've actually purchased from. So I didn't think anything of it. So I went to the website, and I don't shop on NECA's website a lot, so I wasn't 100% sure of what it actually looked like. So I got to the site, and everything was discounted. Like everything had like slashes through it. Like the prices were insanely cheap, and my brain got real excited, and I was like, I got real wide-eyed, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy everything, because the stuff was like almost like too cheap. That was my second like, But again, I ignored it because I was so excited about potentially getting these products for like super cheap. Also, so what I was looking for was NECA puts out the Ben Cooper Halloween kid, like the kids dressed up in Halloween costumes. And they've been putting out like these series of costumes or series of these figures. And they are adorable. I love them. I have a Gizmo one. I have a vampire one, which one of y'all sent me. And yeah, I love the whole idea of the series. So I was really excited. So I kind of went crazy. I mean, crazy as in like, I would never purchase all of this stuff at one time because it would be super expensive. But I went ahead and I put three sets of 4 into my cart of these different lines of Ben Cooper characters, action figures. And I think they were like, I don't remember how much they were, but they were like $10, $15 for like 4 when they're normally $60, $70. So yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get something else just because I'm spending so little money. Why not? So I think I bought, or I put a mask, like a latex mask, a Beastman mask in my cart too, because why not? So I did that, and then I got the checkout, and the checkout looked legit. Everything looked legit. The price was $50 even. There was no tax. There was no like, and I was like, oh, okay, that's weird, but sure. Another sign that I was like, maybe I should have listened to myself. But I checked out, and then probably like 10 or 15 minutes later, I was like, you know what? I really didn't want that one set that I bought. Like I was like kind of iffy on it, but I put it in my cart because it was so cheap. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to email them and say, hey, can we remove the one set? So I did that, and they replied, and they were like, hey, we can't, you have to cancel your order, and then we'll refund your money, and then you can place your order again if you want to do that. They were like, we can't just remove it. So I was like, okay, fine. So I did that. So what did I do? I was like, or no, they said, do you want to refund your order? They just said, let us know. So it wasn't even like a formal whatever. It was a yes, I want to refund my order. So I replied, yes, please refund my order, and I'll go ahead and place the order again. And then they responded, great, it's going to take, so many days or whatever. And then I think maybe like an hour or two after that, I was like, I don't feel good about this. So I went back to the emails, the confirmation emails that they sent. And there was a link, there was like a tracking link in one of the emails. And I was like, I'm not going to click this link. Don't ever click links that you're not sure about. That's just like a general rule. But yeah, so I was like, I want to know if this is legit. And I wanted to click the link so bad, but I didn't. So, and I think I went back to the website and I was like, let me go to the actual Neko website. And I went to the actual Neko website. They looked almost identical. The only difference was that the discount site was more like, it was less promotional, less marketing, more like, here's just like a bunch of products and here's the pricing. So I think at that point, I was like, I think I was scammed. So, and it's like it's one of those things where you think you're pretty smart, and you're like, it's kind of hard to put one over by me, and I feel like I'm pretty good about like sniffing out a scam or whatever. But I think the idea of these things being so cheap kind of like overtook my brain. It like fogged my brain or something, and I just got really excited to get these things that I really wanted for so cheap. So I kind of like was like, okay, this can't be a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. I'm just gonna buy it. So anyway, after I realized it's probably scammed, I sent an email. I sent a follow-up email to them being like, hey, this was like a few days later. It's like, hey, what's the status of my refund? They're like, oh, we're gonna expedite this or whatever. We're gonna throw this to our accounting department or what, I don't know, whatever. It was like a bunch of BS. And then I responded, I think a few days later, I responded again. I was like, hey, what's the status of my refund? And then I think that was the last time they responded. And then I kept sending them emails, and then they just stopped responding. So I was like, great. I was like, okay, I guess that's confirmation. And I mean, at this point, at the time of me filming this, it's been like over a month. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get those products, and I'm not going to get that refund. So I think probably like a week after I placed the order, I contacted my bank, and I was able to submit like I was like scammed thing or whatever online. It was super easy, and they credited me the $50 to my bank account, which was nice. They were like, here's $50. We're gonna look into this, and if it's legit, you can keep it. If not, we'll deal with it or whatever. So at this point, I don't know if they have actually confirmed that it's a scam. I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. I got my $50 back from my bank, luckily. The whole point of this is that don't it's just more like a cautionary tale than anything. I'm just just be leery about things that are like too good to be true, especially on social media, especially with all of the like AI stuff going around, and people are just really good about, scamming people these days, I guess. Even though, like, looking back at the ad, I was like, was this really legit? Like, if I'd like actually stopped to like look at the ad and be like, okay, And it said like discount, like the name of the page was like discount store or something. So it's just, yeah, just be careful when you're buying stuff online through like Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Just make sure it's a legitimate retailer and not, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So don't be like me. Don't be like me. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I just kind of wanted to pop on here and let you know my story. So thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you next time.